Is it FR taking less field time? FR takes less field time, but she also deals so much more damage now. Especially with her Pry-Arm. And she also does a lot of fast attacks. So AE is a lot slower on the attack. Like, AE is really good on a big boss because you can get the breach. But you don't need the breach when it's like a lot of small fry. Now, AE can gather, but so can FR. FR's charge attack can gather. How much? I got to 7... I pushed to 786 in Red Lotus. Because I stopped at 720 on Friday, and then somebody just bumped up to 800 in my lobby. So I'm like, well, I need to have some kind of padding. Yeah. Is the difference pretty significant then? Marginal. It's really marginal, Maniac, and it really depends on the content that you're doing. $770 with Elysia? Yeah, I can see $770 with Elysia if you have, like, HS support. Alright, we gotta go grind a ton of stuff. I guess we'll just, we'll finish these quests, right? We gotta finish these quests. Dailies? Anybody want to do dailies? I don't want to do dailies. And this is the thing, too, with the dailies. Like, the setup definitely feels a lot like G-Game in a way that is, like... I wish from the beginning they had set out to do something different. I think if it was more like Honkai's dailies, I think it would have been okay, but I feel like right now there's too much of the direction influenced by G-Game. But it seems like instead of 4, there's only 3. Oh, yes, this is one of the stipulations for streaming. We can't mention G-Game. But it's hard not to make those comparisons, you know? That was one of the things that they were worried about was, like, too much comparison, but in the end, I feel like if we can make Star Rail a better game overall, there's no way not to make those comparisons, you know? Alright, we'll try and get as much of this done as we can, and then... I might be skipping through a lot of the story, because, you know, the story you'll play on your own, once the game comes out, and a lot of it is just kind of like... Oh, should we switch to CN voice? I think Ultimate fails right now for 140. I think they take the 10% HP. Hi, Himiko. No such thing as free lunch. All roads lead to Rome. Give me some audio voice lines, please. There's no audio voice lines. I don't feel like any of these choices is gonna make a difference, right? Take responsibility for this world. That's a lot of responsibility. There and back again. Wait for them to clash, yeah. I'm enjoying the game so far, but it's more like a middle of the road enjoyment. As I've said before, right? Like, it feels very middle of the road MiHoYo right now. Probably.
母亲大人，我回来了。
Thanks for the follow.
Bronya.
Oh, I remember this part. This was kind of leaked in the original HSR leak.
你可知道自己惹了多大的麻烦？非常抱歉，母亲大人，由于我的失职，造成了不必要的混乱。但这次意外的地底之行并非全无收获，请允许我汇报自己的发现。说，第一件事，地底住民并非恶魔子民，而是与我等相同的肉身凡躯。他们同样会为病痛所折磨，为劳作而奔波，为寻求真理而奋战。
I think also adopted Ziazus.
第二件事，外来者并无歹心，也并非毁灭之化身。他们是漫游星界的旅者，仅为调查名为星河的位置。第三件事，我在地底的最深处，因此我也斗胆判断，地底住民所受的苦难，或许经过适当的努力，共同体能和
罗尼亚神储
是，只是
作为共同体的神储，普拉米亚意志的，
当然，
说给我听。
其一乃忤逆，其二乃愚惰之罪，不因；其三乃傲慢之罪。
你记得很清，忤逆，因为诸多意外导致事件超出了你的掌控；愚惰，因为年轻耿直，真正不可原谅的。近千年前，圣贤普拉米亚留下他最后的遗产——太阳炉心，而你仅凭一己短见。
但是，执政官大人，
安静！
即使知道了真相， 您还是决定为了维护你我的利益，就必须逼迫无辜的人做出牺牲。
你的浅薄和冲动，说出这句话让我心痛。
如果坐在那个位置，就意味着要视而不铁卫，
把布朗尼亚伸出压，他会在那里。
Okay, so this turning point of story, like we kind of expected this, right? We knew that things would not go well. Ooh, rock and roll mechanic. Oh, I wonder who that is. I wonder who this could be.
就是这儿了。咱们要见的女人名字叫西露啊，她是个机械师，还是位摇滚乐手。最重要的，她是我在共同体的大客户之一。
Kenobi, how's this game so far in terms of writing and tone?
这位女士还真是多才。
It's hard to say.
不止一个人，快躲起来！
啊，真不错呀，好久没像这样痛快的排练了。
Kella's awesome.
下次咱们约什么时候？
再说吧，我听说布拉尼亚小姐最近回来了，城里要加强戒严，可能又要忙起来了。
哎呀，真扫兴！可利亚那家伙神经敏感过头了吧？青春期的小女孩离家出走几天不是很正常吗？
我知道你和执政官大人有过一段过去，但这样直呼她的大名，
有什么关系？我们以前可是好姐妹啊！啊，算了算了，
容我拒绝。
桑博，你还想在那儿躲多久？
嘿嘿，不是故意躲着你，西露瓦大姐，我这不是不太方便吗？
哼，我打老远就能闻到那股地底的味道。哎呦，这是……你还带了小伙伴来啊？等会儿，总觉得在哪儿见过你们。
啊，想起来了，咱们刚进城的时候好像见过你一面。
啊，我也记起来了，那会儿你们还跟佩拉在一起呢。所以各位大晚上光临机械屋，是有什么需要帮忙的吗？停！你别说那么大声嘛。进来，咱们到屋里说。
We got 5 hours left. Less than 5 hours. 4.5 hours. R&D for the Union, Geomero. We gotta go save Bronya. Alright, A, take it easy.
我忘了，杰帕德说今天要过来一趟，你们快找地方躲起来，我来应付他。杰帕德，你来啦？下班时间比我想的早嘛。
其实还没下班。
没有的事儿，你从哪儿看出来的？
你平时很少叫我的大名。
哎呀，还不是因为你天天加班，导致咱俩关系生疏了吗？别说吧。数位官杰帕德大人光临，
你就别挖苦我了。B 类装置出了些故障，部队里的工程师都无从下手，还是得找你看看。
哦，那帮庸才当然看不，我还以为是什么大事。你把琴匣放这儿吧，我帮你看看。
麻烦你了。
嗨，跟我客气什么？啊，话说回来，
这。我不知道该不该。
小杰杰，翅膀硬了，看不起我这个庶民老姐了。
你别这样。算了，反正佩拉也会跟你说的吧。前一阵子，布拉尼亚小姐突然回来了， 他独自一人。执政官大人认为，那些外来者很可能……
哦，原来如此。
这都是数位官的分内之事。哦，对了，上次我把歌德宾馆的年轻限量水壶落在这里。
Limited edition water bottle.
等一下，
怎么了？
那边……哦，对了，你之前不是养死了很多花？
先不提这个理由的。
This is a little awkward. But let's see if we can't skip past some of this.
才没有，你这……
算了，
这才对嘛。
好，那就
慢点走，下次记得来听我跟佩拉排练。
有空的话就来。
安全，安全，你们可以出来。
That water bottle with my favorite idol. Yeah, I know. Congrats, Hikari. Yeah, I think what was it? In 5 hours? 4.5 hours, Jay. Can we teleport? Nice, Hikari. Get that 120. Problems above your pay grade. Oh my god. All right, let's go. We can't. Can we? Do we need Asta? Let's see. If almost no one got in, it's very anecdotal, Lamar. There were more people that got in that I wasn't expecting to see get in. And there were a lot of people that didn't get in that I thought would have gotten in. So... And Ogremar, you don't know that for sure. They can always add more servers, Ogremar. Like, they already have 3 test servers up right now. Yeah, like Janus got in and Panzerkin also got in. It's one of those things that you really don't expect to get into, and then if you do, then that's great. But if you don't, then you kind of just super not like this.
燃尽吧。
I get the feeling we have to fight this guy.
好久不见了。
西路，
容我介绍一下，这几位是各位，都来认识一下我的老朋友。
哦，这位严肃的军官大叔，居然也是玩摇滚的吗？你好。
幸会。你们好，西路瓦的助。萨克雷啊，再说一，不，真不像话，这里可……抱歉，让你们见笑了。
It's actually
你
done.
说的，有机会的话，我们再上台合奏一次。我现在的键盘手也不赖，但果然还是怀念在部队。
都是陈年往事了，西路瓦。我都好久没碰黑白了，这么说有点见外，但是
管线和系统我都检查过一遍，那边的卫兵说需要密钥才能打。怎么了的？
抱歉，西路瓦。
啊？哦，我回忆一下。
我能再问问，他是什么时候来进？
这
还有，西路瓦，不是我不想帮你，这样吧，你先回去。果然，
不对，我们有重要的事要做。
西路瓦，我们一起，我的摇滚灵魂，就是维护身为军人的。
All right, very pog. Thanks for the follow.
接下来都是为你准备的。我想你可能还不明白，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望，当然也包括我在内。
接下来就交给我吧，我不会手下留情。
捧场的人还不少。
战斗是一场精密的设计。
现在离开还来得及。
这首歌造起来。
受伤，可要仔细的修理修理。我当然是来主持技术。我想你可能还不明白。
Uh-oh.
人类从不掩饰掌控
He's
星
using
空
the
的欲
shield
望
to absorb.
当然也包括我在内。
I don't even have high ascension or anything.
脑都冷静一下吧。
捧场的人还不少。
But yeah, like some kind of skip turn so that I don't bait into this, right?
这份力量的沉重，你一无所知。见识一下星辰粉碎的样子吧。生存还是毁灭，
Well, it's
你
all
别无
still
选择。
pretty
战斗是一
awesome.
场精密的设计。
现在离开还来得及，退下吧。
这首歌送尖叫，多热烈！准备好释放自己了吗？不管是反抗、摇摆、沉沦，都将。
420 Blaze! No, Sakurama, you just got here today. We've been testing this on JP for the last 2 play sessions.
"战斗是一场精密的设计。
I'm just gonna autoplay this part.
跟上我！不自
'Cause they don't give us our main party anyways, so I feel like
人类从不掩饰掌控星
it's
空的力量，
autoplay.
也包括我在内。尖叫呢？反抗！
Is there actually hold up? Is there actually 7 fights in this? Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, maybe Reaper. Oh, should we fight that big thing? They got us, because we got stuck in the door animation.
交给我吧。
人类从不掩饰掌控星空的力量，也包括我在内。
Autoplay? You don't have. I mean, it's off by default, right? Auto is off by default.
见识下星辰粉碎
Every battle, it's off by
生存还是
default.
毁灭你别无选择。
But I'm kind of using the autoplay right now just to speed through so we can get to the end.
"为你准备的。我想你可能还……人类从不掩饰掌控星空的力量，也包括我在内。
交给我吧。
燃尽吧！
This is so annoying. That they're making you backtrack to this. Can we change our party? I don't think they let us set up our party here either, right? Nice. Nice. Yay, we got a treasure chest. Woo! An old photo. Anyways, let's go back. Just bring Welt. This should be fine. Yo, what if they made this outfit available for Swallowtail Phantasm in Honkai? Yeah, and then certain fights, right? Certain fights you can't auto. So, I think a lot of situations where you don't need to worry about that.
仔细的修理修理。
开始吧。
这首歌送给你，跟上我。准备好释放自己了吗？反抗，摇摆，沉沦。
别拦着我，下一个。
为你准备的。我想你可能还不……
人类从不掩饰掌控今天的欲望，也包括我在内。
交给我吧，退下吧。
捧场的人还不少，尖叫呢？
逃不掉的，纠缠不清。
仔细的修理修理，
这就让你解脱。随蝴蝶一起消散吧，旧日的幻影。
为你准备的。
开始吧。
这首歌造起来，
别拦着我，下一个。
The enemy Tanspa is the only enemy, yeah. Okay, I think that's the end of the beta storyline. I think Alesta had a level 45, or the floor, Abyss floor, whatever the highest Abyss floor Alesta posted, it posted it in Nubscape, Shuba, so you can find that footage. Is PC only so far? It's PC and iOS. 15 is the highest. Yeah. Yeah, whatever the highest floor is, Alesta already posted footage of. Final floor of Abyss is insanely RNG heavy. I don't know if I have time tonight to farm everything up for the characters. But apparently, you know, maybe on the next beta cycle, if I'm in, I will just spend more of the stamina refreshes and just over farm everything. I wish there was like a way to extend the breaks though. I think that's one thing that I'm a little bit hesitant about. 1 out of 3.
Hey, 燃尽吧！嘿，逃不掉的，纠缠不清。
That's an awesome opening.
早点给你个痛快。
开始进入支援，再来一下。
为你准备的。
I wonder if the battle music will end up changing depending on what planet you're on. I think that would be neat. Because the totems end up changing every time, I think. I think that's why I've shied away from doing that, because the totem elements change up every time. And so I never know what the totem sequence is gonna be, or like the totem type is gonna be until I actually see it, you know? It's not like in the G game where we know it's generally always going to be fire type of thing. That and I'm lazy. I don't feel so good. Doctor Strange, I don't feel stuck. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
仔细的修理修理。我想你可能还不明，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
开始吧，退下吧。
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. It was pretty good. Where there was a Ass Rickley. Blarney Roses, welcome.
开始吧。见识下星辰粉碎的样子吧，生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
捧场的人还不燥起来？
坏孩子呢？
Probably.
逃不掉的。
Could have.
仔细的修理。
开始吧。
这首。
Ass Rickley. Okay, here we go. I'm playing a pretty conservative team,
准
though.
备好释放自己了，反抗、摇摆、沉沦。
胆子挺大嘛，
看来是赶上了，一点心意而已，不必在意。
仔细的修理修理。
I saw the edit too, where it was like they replaced it with
你可
Goba.
能还不明，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
交给我吧，退下吧。
捧场的人还不少。
准备打针了。
为你准备的。
开 开始吧。
这首歌造起来。
可大吗？
I don't have Gepard leveled up, so he might not be priority for a bit.
届时向星辰
Not till after we're done with the
生
story.
存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
这首歌送给你。
坏孩子呢，睡吧，
为你准备的。
逃不掉的。
我想你可能还人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
开始吧。
捧场的人还不少，尖叫呢？
准备打针了，
仔细的修理修理。
看来是赶上了，一点心意而已。不必
Factions archive. Okay.
为
We
你
can
准备
look。for it after.
交给
准备
我。
好释放自己了，反抗、摇摆、沉沦。
开始吧。
这首歌造起来。
坏孩子，睡吧。
到这点程度。
仔细的修理修理。
交给我吧，退下吧。
捧场的人还不少，跟上我。
准备打针了，
为你准备的。
开始吧。
我想你可能还不人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
交给我吧。
Yeah, but I do definitely feel the power gap right now, where it's like my light cones and characters just aren't really ascended or anything. I played Natasha on the party just to be safe, but I guess realistically I probably could have done this without a healer. Would have been fine. Oh, I should switch Himiko out for this fight.
"请下达指示。
交给我吧
敌方数据收集完毕，胜利的法则已经确定，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
开始吧。
捧场的人还不少，造起来！
这一战
准备好
不可避免
释放，自己了吗？反抗、摇摆、沉沦。
你会为此付出代价。
I hope you can, Reaper. I think the banner is just really nice right now because of the refunds that you get. We have to hit the button, right? Where's the mechanism? It's the mechanism has to be on this side then. Right?
拿出魄力来，
燃尽吧！
留下来吧。
Oh, what? The cooldown.
胆子挺大嘛。
为了守护和捍卫，击退他们。
交给我吧。哼，这份力量的沉重，届时像星辰粉碎的样子吧。生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
捧场的人还不少，尖叫呢？
你会为此付出代价。这一战不可避免。
为你准备的。
That was a little weird. Hey, range. World cannot sustain the weight of humanity. Till the nameless god drops the seed again. Then we can use this to heal. Then we go back this way. Hey Vagabond, I like it, but it's kind of like a mostly satisfied, but not like super satisfied, like, right? It's fun enough to be playable, and that's what we expect out of the beta, right? It's very unrefined.
燃尽吧！
But overall, like it feels like a MiHoYo game.
为你准备的。人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我的。
Oh, okay. Himeko just obliterate everything. One shot, one kill, I guess. Can we ascend our characters here? Oh, we would need to go farm. It's so interesting that Himiko's ascension material is a feather, isn't it? Any, Isn't it? Is he the final fight for this section? Probably.
又见面了。
Alright.
蓝甲神，
姐姐的第一次没有想你们的威，
必须不必动。
想要通。
Alright.
为你准备的。
交给我吧。
捧场的人还不少，造起来！
这一战不可避免。你会为此付出代价。 请助我一臂之力。
仔细的修理修理。我想，你可能人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
开始吧，退下吧。
这首歌送给你。尖叫呢？
My team is
准备好
not
释放
set up
自己
for
了
this
吗？
fight.
反抗，摇摆，沉沦。
So
一出 还没
we might wipe.
为你准备的。
Let's go back. Let's go back. So what do we see? Gepard is weak to fire. Okay. We need ice too, right? We need ice. So Pella's back in. Serval's not really helping. I'm not too mad about Himiko's weapon, though. At first, I thought it was going to be an instrument case, and then it would turn out to be a drone.
又见面了，外来者们，还有你们
蓝甲神，
姐姐的第一次没有想，你们的
必须不必。
想要通
Yeah, the pizza cutter drone. The pizza cutter drone that is also a stool. She uses it as a
随蝴蝶一起消散。
chair.
旧日的幻影。开始接入支援。
仔细的修理修理。准备打针了。睡吧。看来是感伤，一点心意而已，不必在意。
Probably didn't need to heal this soon,
纠缠不清。
but
下一个。好疼。
oh my god. Pella's
为你准备。
definitely not able to hold up. Pella. I guess as long as I have Natasha in the party, I can maybe just have Serval. I don't know that. I think this team might actually just be able to hold up. Just based on what I have available. Try again.
那是杰帕德。
I wonder if maybe I just actually have to go back and farm a little bit. Because, like, we're actually underprepared for this fight.
必须不必。
想要通
The age-old turn-based RPG,
我没事。
right? Like,
仔细
oh,
的修理修理。
we don't have enough. We need to go back and farm.
开始吧。退下吧。
捧场的人还不少，跟上我。
准备打针了。为你准备的。
交给我吧。
这首歌送给你。尖叫呢？
坏孩子呢？
及时的治疗。
不算什么。一出还没。
Wow. I do need to go farming. Let's go farming. We're gonna ascend this team to 40, I think. And then once we ascend everybody to 40, we'll come back. How does character building work for this? Just level unlock skills? No, it's very similar to G game. Bronya doesn't suck. She's a very powerful support in this game.
开始介入支援。
为你准备的。我想你可能还不明白，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望。
Bronya is meta right now.
开始吧。
Bronya is top meta right now because of her ability to buff.
见识下星辰粉碎的样子吧。生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
坏孩子呢？
I don't understand where you're getting the idea that she's bad.
仔细的修理修理。
How she sucks in Honkai? She's amazing in Honkai. I don't... Why do you think she sucks in Honkai?
退下。
准备打针
Drive Kometa and Hersher of Reason. Hersher of Reason might not be top meta, but she's still, like, amazing.
感谢支援。开始介入支援。
Unless you're speaking strictly from a story perspective, in which case, okay,
为你
maybe.
准备的。
开始吧。
准备打针了，睡吧，请下达指示。敌方数据收集完毕，胜利的法则已经确定。
But story-wise, she'll have her time to shine. Like right now in Honkai, it's the setup for that.
我想你可能还人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望。别
Yeah, we know that,
交给
Ogremar.
我吧。退下。
坏孩子呢？
But you also gotta remember, Ogremar, that you're in a stream where the focus is like a balance between meta and story. And we definitely lean more towards the meta
感谢
here.
支援。开始介入支援。
为你准备的。
开始吧。
准备打睡吧。
仔细的修理修理。
交给我吧。
坏孩子，
I gotta level up Pella. Pella has to survive.
生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
准备打针了。
So this definitely feels like I'm starting to experience a little bit of the difficulty curve as far as like what I can do with just Unga Bunga or
为你
freestyling.
准备的。我想你可能还不明白，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望，也包括我在内。
开始吧。
坏孩子呢？不要了，非常感谢。
仔细的修理修理。
交给我吧。
Will this give us 2? Are you serious? This is whack. We gotta do crafting. We gotta do a lot of crafting. And if I'm not mistaken, everything is based in the same way as the G game. So like we have mats that we have to upgrade into other mats. Not looking forward to the rest of this. Lazyhead and Andrea, thank you for the follow. G1 to G3 sticks? No, it's more like G game ascension materials. Oh wait, no, what? Right, the feather. The feather... Level 2 Trailblazer progress, but we can't even get to level 2 Trailblazer progress, can we? What is this? Level 20. We made it to level 20. Hooray! do Trailblazer progress? Do my characters? They do have some kind of light cones. Oh, Pella doesn't have light cones. I guess I'll ascend Pella too. But I can't. That's a little bit like where I get stuck. Like, what else do I need? Well, light cone is the only equipment that you can have right now. Light cone is the major equipment that you have on your characters. Everything as far as like their own weapons and stuff is static. Let's see here. Oh. So I think JST or Turg will be phased out. Turg won't be, but JST already is. I'll be right back. Ultimate fails? No, that's no, that's a different, that's the patient's upper underwear. That's a patient that she's cradling. That's not her thigh. Yeah. I see where you might have gotten that idea from. The answer is no. Answer is no. So how do I get to Trailblazer progress too? Yeah, Joe, that's like the running joke. What am I, Shuba, what am I missing? I can it true. Let me go Google. See if some of the other beta testers. Or does the progress not actually unlock until after you finish this fight? It doesn't make any sense though, right? Let's level up Bronya too. Where's Bronya? Alright, let's try and see if we can do this now. Oh, what's this phone? What's this? The survey. Oh no. They want us to do another survey. Oh my goodness. We gotta finish this fight. Come on. So not being able to skip this kind of stinks. Can you still get into the beta? No, beta is ending today.
仔细的修理修理。
开始吧。
准备打针了，睡吧。
好疼。
为你准备的。
交给我吧，退下吧。
坏孩子呢？
感谢支援，麻烦了。
看来是赶上了，一点心意而已。
Wow, I have to blow my heal just to keep Pella alive.
敌方数据
Gepard hates Pella, apparently.
接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。再来一下。
仔细的修理修理。 我想，你可能还不……人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望，也包括我在内。
开始吧。这份力量的沉重，见识下星辰粉碎的样子吧。生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
逃不掉的。准备打针了。
请下达指示。
为你准备的。
交给我吧。
坏孩子呢？睡吧。
到这个程度，
开始接入支援。敌方数据收集完毕，胜利的法则已经确定。
Okay, so I have to fight through this normally. Which, you know, after having leveled up all the light cones and stuff, this is feeling much more doable.
不要了，
感谢支援。
看来是赶上，一点心意而已，不必在意。
此事
请下达指示，再来一
We
下。
could make that into a video, Fabio. Gepard hates Pella. And that's why Pella thinks he has no taste in music.
我想，你可能还人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望，也包括我在内。
Alright, we did it. Get out of here, Gepard.
蓝甲人，
你们想看去？
尝试纯粹靠这。现在我留在这，可是不用带3月，去吧。
Cocalia! Yeah, bye.
开始介入支援。
为你准备的。
开始吧。
You know the sad part? This fight will probably be easier than fighting Gepard.
生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
准备打针了，睡吧，
请下达指示。
一点心意而已，不必在意。
非常感谢，开始介入支援。敌方数据收集完毕，胜利的法则已经确定，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
交给我吧。退下吧。
坏孩子呢？仔细的修理修理。逃不掉的。
Oh, that was a perfectly timed
我
break.
想，你可能还不。人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望，也包括我在内。
开始吧。
准备打针了，睡吧。 为你准备的。
交给我吧。退下吧。
坏孩子呢？
请下达指示。
看来是赶上了，一点心意而已，不必在意。
感谢支援。
仔细的修理修理。
开始吧。
I'm not gonna be able to shield break here in time.
睡吧，开始介入支援。敌方数据收集完，胜利的法则已经确定，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
为你准备的。我想，你可能还不。人类从不
Might be
掩
able
饰
to break
掌
off
控
of
星空
this.
的欲望，也包括我在内。
交给我吧。
坏
这份力
孩子呢？
量的沉重，届时像星辰粉碎的样子。
Maybe
生存还是毁
maybe
灭
I
你
only
别无
thought
选择。
Gepard was hard because of how underleveled my characters were.
请下达指示。
But now that after I leveled
仔细
everything,
的修理修理。
everything just kind of feels like about the same, right?
退下吧。
Is the RNG really bad in this game for combat? Not that bad. Not that I've seen. Okay, so we beat the we beat the main story for beta. Hooray! I did it. We did it, guys. We beat the game. Okay, go on the prospector, defeat a powerful. Okay, so this is the quest for level 2. Hooray! Yeah, RNG wasn't that bad. I think the biggest thing is just I guess it'll be interesting to see how they end up tuning the fights. Right? Do we need to fight Svarog? Not really. But we can if we want, but not really. Level 22 and we don't have our Serval with us. Blaze out of space! Ooh. I think for this we might switch. Right, I think a more more support focus.
拿出魄力来。好疼。
You want Honkai to have a graphics update like this? This is literally the same engine though. The same engine and pretty much the same shaders.
你会为此付出
I
代
think
价。
Honkai is already doing really good in terms of
这一战看来是对上了，一点心意而已，
graphics.
不必在意。感谢支援，你会为此付出代价。开始，我们早已踏入风暴。
Who's the cute little girl? That's Pella.
为了守护和捍卫，击溃他们。
Yeah, all three games are on Unity, and I'm pretty sure they use the same.
敌方数据收集完毕，胜利的
Pretty sure they use the same shaders. It all goes back to that GDC talk from Guilty Gear Xrd.
快，孩子们，睡吧。这一战不可避免。开始介入支援。
Oh, I should have used the E skill to redeploy well.
交给我吧。
准备打针了。
Blazing.
请借我一臂之力。
开始吧。这份力量的沉，越是像星辰粉碎的样子，生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
请下达指示。快，孩子们，睡吧。
交给我吧。
All right, Trailblazer progress! Hooray! Now we can go buy stuff and ascend. Now we can ascend. We can craft ascension mats. Why does the guy with the glasses look annoying to you? It's Welt. It's our Welt. It's Welt. It's Welt from Honkai. It's the Welt. You can just redeploy Bronya on herself. Oh boy, I hope it got reported, Shuba. Okay, so everything's out of 5. Interesting. Everything is out of 5, so we need to make sure we have enough stuff from this shop. I'm not gonna be able to afford it. No. I'm gonna run out of the shops. I'm gonna run out of currency here. This is probably for Gepard. Wow, how come certain ones I have... Oh, you can filter. Wow. Wow. Why didn't I think of that sooner? Twig of an imaginary... Didn't I just buy like 7 of these? Where did they go? Alright, well, whatever. Let's just ascend Himiko. I can't... This is too much for me right now. This is definitely a game that I would play as a side game, but it would be like... I would only do the research for it on an on-demand basis. Character power progression on live server means you have to go farming specific cocoons. And then after that, it feels very G-game-esque. And less Honkai-esque. So... there's that. Player level 25. Well, is there anything else y'all want to actually see other than the, you know, just going through these side quests and whatnot? Of course I upgraded. Why not? See, why not though, Shuba, right? Like, we're not playing this game to try hard, even though there's the potential to try hard, right? But we don't need to play this game to try hard. Thought it was a full open world. I mean, it's pretty standard for turn-based RPG. Even FF12 and 13, right? It was pretty on rails. Well, FF12 had probably the next most open world of worlds, but every map was segmented. It's really casual then? It feels that way so far, Shablo. But you can try hard if you want, because there is an abyss that you can, you know, try to push yourself to the limits with. So as far, and again, right now for the beta testing, the product that they have is polished enough to be, I would say, around average to above average, but it's not standing out enough for me if it weren't a MiHoYo game, right? Like, if this wasn't MiHoYo, and it was just like a brand, like another company without the reputation that MiHoYo has right now, I would probably just been like, oh, it's kind of cool, but I probably wouldn't try it. The fact that it is MiHoYo and it has the recurring cast is what, for me right now, like, if this just came out tomorrow, right, I would probably give it a shot and play it casually on the side. Now, would I spend money on this game? I would maybe initially give it a, you know, do the BP monthly and see how I feel about it, and then reevaluate after 1 or 2 patches. I think that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. Oh, was I supposed to fight them? I don't think I was supposed to fight them. But we're already fighting, so it's whatever.
这一战不可避免，请助我一臂之力。
交给我吧。我没事。
看来是赶上了，一点心意而已，不必在意。感谢支援。
Yeah, and of course, like, we'll evaluate too, right? Once more of the monetization options come in,
你会为此付出代价。
We can maybe reevaluate that as well.
请助我一臂之力。
Because what I don't want to happen is like, all right,
我们
if
早
we
已踏入
can
风暴
somehow let them know, like we want Honkai levels of battle pass value, not G game levels, that's definitely something we want.
你义无见识下星辰粉碎的样子，生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
坏孩子呢？是
If they give us only like a 4-star cone light, that would be no. The new 4-star spear has 620 base attack. The one from Inazuma? Or the one in the on the banner? Oh shoot, I forgot to bring Himiko. All this talk about let's retreat. I'm gonna bring Himiko for this fight. But that one can only be obtained from the banner, right? I think it's... Is it actually just a scam to get us to roll on the weapon banner? Chronos, I actually don't have any more water, so we're gonna sip the last of our coffee. Weapon banner is a scam.
"敌方数据收集完毕，胜利的法则已经确定，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
为你准备的。
你会为此付出代价。
Insufficient
准备
points!
打针了，睡吧。这一战不可避免，请助我一臂之力。
仔细的修理修理。
Alright, Vekisus. I don't know. I just feel like at the end of the day, right? Like once you start feeling like it's not worth the money, you just stop. And that's why in G game, this patch, I think once I'll probably skip battle pass. I'll probably just let my Welkin run out. And hopefully with HSR, I want this game to feel more Honkai than G game. And I think that's gonna be the core of my final survey. But I don't know how far into development, even before this beta came out, right? I don't know how far they are and how much flexibility there's still left over. Yeah, Shablagooks, and that's the thing too, right? Like, with the burnout of that, the burnout on G game is like, it makes me wonder if they realize if they make another game that's too similar, people might go in already feeling burnout, you know? No, not monetization, but just like the structure, right? The character progression structure, the daily structure, even the UI on some level, right? And like, okay, yeah, some of it is to be expected because it's faster to prototype that way, but I feel like it's way too similar overall. And on some level, it makes sense because it's like, okay, they want to cater to a more wider audience. I hope the UI is placeholder. I for sure hope the UI is placeholder. And I'm 80% sure it's placeholder, but you know. Right now, I'll be honest, the questing isn't that exciting because it's very generic questing too, right? Like, oh, go here, do this, go there, do that. And on some level, this is to be expected, right? This is your archetypical filler side quest. The thing though, Shabla, is like what kept you playing PGR, right? Like what kept you playing PGR over, say, High 3? Because I feel like the release of Triple S fights for Honkai, it's harder content, yeah, but it's not necessarily making the game more fun for endgame players, you know? And I feel like getting Tech or Enviosity to play any game for a week is like, they might just have the same complaints that they have with G-Game right now. Because, like, that's part of the reason Envy makes such a big fuss every now and then, is like, oh, he wants the game to improve, right? Like, remember Enviosity's, or not Envy, Tech's reaction when Honkai was having their concert or something, or the announcements for Anniversary? He was like, why don't you work on the game that you're already working on, or something ignorant, he said. And now he loves Honkai, right? So, you know, just having necessarily, it's not a catch-all solution, just having a big content creator to play a game. Actually, Fob did get into the beta. Tech and Envy didn't. If I recall correctly. Ooh. Yeah, I would say right now there are definitely other things in Honkai right now that are just kind of like, they're just getting by because it's functional. It's been overhauled. Like, so for instance, right? Dorms. Was there like an order that we have to do this in? Oh, it's one of these puzzles. It's one of these puzzles. Well, that's the thing, Burix. You can completely get through the story F2P, and you don't have to invest any into the endgame right now with Honkai 3rd. The game right now is super super easy to go into free to play and just blitz the story. There has never been a better time to start Honkai 3rd just to play for the story. I would not suggest investing for the the end game. Competitive end game right now is probably the worst time to try to get into Honkai. I think last year or the beginning of this year would have been a great time for a competitive side, but now is I would not recommend competitive Honkai. But just for story, yeah, the story is great right now. Definitely a year ago, and even a little bit at the beginning of this year, I think Abyss and MA were okay. But the time it takes to just even get to a good baseline for MA is just horrible right now. Yeah, exactly, Shuba. Right now, though, like, at least with Elysian Realm, you have a alternative method, right? I feel like now MA's a lot of... I don't know if you've felt it too, but, like, MA feels very, very slack because nobody wants to actually... Very few people, I will say. Not nobody, but very few are actually motivated to keep competing. Yeah, ER feels like a chore, but at least for, you know, your first time clears, it's not a bad way to get free crystals. Well, Shabla, that's the thing, right? High 3 has 3 to 4 years, 5 years worth of story right now, Shabla. If you look back at the first 3 chapters of High 3, it was not very developed at all, and they had no clear direction. And, like, Genshin is basically still at that point. If you started a new account in Genshin and you played story only and not worried about, like, grinding a lot of stuff, I'm sure being able to not have to play it in a drip context, right? Like, if being able to play it all in one go, I think Genshin would feel better as a direct story experience. Do you feel like they should have capped the crystal rewards at a lower tier and then made it less crystals overall? Yeah, I feel that too, Shuba, right? Like, right now, you're pigeonholed into either playing a style of play that you don't like, or you have to accept a lower difficulty. Hey, Flakes. Yeah. High 3, the development of characters is so good, but that's over the course of 3 to 5 years, Shabla. High 3 character development was not that good in the first 4 chapters, I would say. Well, it's one thing, Zetsu Bro, right? It's one thing when it's hard content, but it's a different thing, and this is like Shuba's point, is that the game mode was designed around player choice and decision making, but now everything is homogenizing. If you want a successful run, everything is kind of homogenizing towards you either build this way to even survive or, you know, you just dive.
为你准备的。捧场的人还不少，造起来！准备打针了。仔细的修理修理。这首歌送给你。
Speaking of ER though, I did find out today that you can still get by with HT. Go double meter and go for Kevin and Sakura buffs. Double meter Kevin and Sakura buffs. You can still Dragon's Breath. I don't know how far it scales. I only was able to complete floor 16 at 95D using this. But the fact that I could at least get past Benares already feels okay.
请下达指示。
On my main accounts, though, I would say that Mobius with Sakura and Kevin also seem to feel pretty good. Yeah, 5.0 ER was nice. 5.0 ER was really nice. Why is there a big hard clearing? Well, before you could do 4th and 5th, or you go Dragon's Breath. But Dragon's Breath got patched. So for a while, one of the old tricks in MA was that you could dodge cancel to continue breathing even when you had 0 meter. But the patch in 5.2, they made it where if you had no meter, you could not use the Elysia buff. Which is fair, right? Like, you didn't want it where you pick the Bombard Signet, and suddenly you could cheese everything. Which is what a lot of people, including myself, ended up doing. But now I've discovered that if you just go double meter, you can still infinite breath, and with the appropriate signets, it ends up being okay. I mean, it's copium, right? It's copium. But see, for me, as a player who never really got used to playing the Flame Scion strat, it feels better for me to play HT. Now, one thing that I am a little bit concerned about this game is like what did they have for Abyss reset? So we should re-examine that.
开始介入支援。
为你准备的。这首歌送给你，造起来！
请下达指示。再来一下。
仔细的修理修理，一点心意而已，不必在意。
感谢支援。
为你准备的。 可小，你可能还不明白，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的意义，也包括我在内。这首歌送给你。
Yeah, I think G Games Abyss cycles takes too long to cycle, right? Every 2 weeks is too much time. I think 1 week for Abyss would be the ideal. I think in Honkai there's more pressure. But I feel like in Honkai, the twice a week is okay. Because it goes by super short. I don't feel one way about it, Reaper. I mean, we're just gonna clear it and that's it. I mean, in terms of G game, and probably for this game, is the no leaderboards removes pressure. And some players prefer not having pressure. Right. And so yeah, I saw Alesta posted the video of her clear of Black Moon full score. But I feel like even this too, right? Because it's based on levels, eventually you will be able to catch up on levels and you'll be able to outgear this. And I think what they might end up doing is that it stops at 15, but rather than... But then they do by type, right? That would be very much like Honkai's weather system, right? They do it by type. And they'll have the extra abyss just be rotating. But it seems like they have different rewards for each one, which then makes me hesitant to say that. Well, that's the thing for me, too, is, like, I feel like if Genshin did have a competitive mode, I'd probably stop playing, because Honkai competitive mode takes up a lot of my time. But at the same time, I feel like with G-Game, I said the name, with G-Game, I feel like at least make Abyss refresh every week instead of every 2 weeks, because every 2 weeks makes you forget that the game mode even exists. So I think once a week is okay. I think on Honkai's side, you know, twice a week made sense before Elysian Realm was added. But now that Elysian Realm is added, now you have so many things that you have to remember. Oh, I gotta do Abyss twice a week. MA Light kind of makes it a little bit more convenient. But like, okay, Abyss twice a week, MA, and then Elysian Realm. And so that's where Honkai Endgame feels super busy compared to G-Game. And you know, maybe that's one thing we can add in here is like make sure Abyss is refreshed every week instead of every 2 weeks. Y'all ready for this survey? Character to 40. Oh, we didn't we we got her to 40. Oh, we need to get 4 characters to 40. Well, I didn't realize how short beta was gonna be, so I obviously didn't play this game enough. Yeah, I think that would be nice too, right? If G-Game Abyss cycled their 11 and 12 floors every week, like how Honkai does. Rather than stay the same every 1 to 2 patches. So... But that's not our concern, right? G-Game devs have their own problems. Our concern today is to make Star Rail the best that we can by offering feedback. Okay, let's take a look. Survey number 20, level 20. Let's figure this out. Okay, I think my feeling was that I am concerned a little bit about Gepard scaling. And that really... Okay, so again, my feeling is that it's above average, but it's still very middle of the road, right? Like, my Star Rail experience is not... I'm not very satisfied, but I'm not neutral either. I'm mostly positive, but it's like... It kind of is expected for beta. I feel like with the art, it's good, but I would like to see maybe another round of polish. And okay, well maybe these areas are a little neutral. I think a lot of these areas are, it's, again, right? It's like it feels okay, but it's just that it feels okay. It feels like it needs another round of polish, which is expected because it's beta testing. Art design for the boss Cocalia. Yeah, it was cool. It was kind of cool. Side missions were kind of forgettable, I'll be honest. Fragmentum Abyss, like, the concept is there. I think a lot of these is just kind of like, we've seen it before, right? We've seen it before, so it's nothing mind-blowing. Side missions are boring and not attractive. Too similar, unsatisfied with the rewards. The process is too tedious. All of the above. Just straight up. Cocoon of Distortion. Well, the cocoons are either too hard or they're too easy. And it is a little repetitive. Well, the cocoons... The cocoon that we fought was more of like that 40 stamina style, right? Oh, the Deception. Cocoon of Deception. It's the same thing, right? It's either too hard or too easy. And it feels like there's no in between. Oops. Sucks having to travel to them too. I would say that compared to G game, getting to these areas are a lot less annoying than some of the teleporters. Where G game is, right? Like, even if you fast travel in G game, there's a lot more walking distance. I feel like the walking distance in this game is a lot shorter. The survey, dark mode for surveys. Daily missions, too similar, too repetitive, unsatisfied. Yeah, all of these. Way... All of that. I didn't play Gepard. Seele is awesome. I love Himiko. Well, it's cool. Bronya's... You know what? We'll just give all the Honkai characters a very satisfied, right? Select all that applies. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Himiko. She's the reason I will play this game. I think her 3D model could be better, though. I think they should... The one thing I don't like about Bronya and Pella right now is they're relying on the shadow shader around, like, where the tights reaches their hip. Because they soft censor it, but, like, I wish they would just design it where they didn't have to do that, right? Just make a extra skirt flap or something, and that would just fix it. Like, you know, they love having the asymmetry anyways, so might as well. Star of Eden. Don't remember. Very satisfied. Satisfied, you know, everything just feels like it just still needs another layer of polishing. Right, Ribarium. I feel like if they keep the combat as it is, they have to add something somewhere else. Combat does feel still a little bit too simplistic. Yeah. I think as far as the guard system, I think we did mention that on the first survey. Was Abyss 2 weeks for HSR? Beta didn't last long enough for us to find out. Give pantsuit. Well, remember that they had to change that for Seilei and Honkai, right? They had to change it from pantsuit to booty shorts with, what was it? It was like netted booty shorts. Burix, I don't think that will actually fly though, because like that's not actual feedback, right? Because they've already designed her silhouette and everything, and like all that animation is already done. What I'm asking for is like one extra piece of model, and you know, it fits in with everything else that's already there. And if you want the proper weapon, Burix, like she has a satellite laser, so I don't think that's a major concern. I still want more combat depth. So we'll re-include it, right? Defend or turn skip. And or item usage. Right now, combat feels too restricted. And thus far, gameplay depth. Thus far, strategic depth. What is the word? Like, it all funnels, right? It will homogenize. Homogenize? Okay, here we go. Strategic depth will homogenize too quickly. As a non-player, combat seems too simple. Yeah, yeah. And again, an option to cancel ultimates during target selection to account for accidental activation. Yeah, but Index, like, her skirt is naturally long, right? FR is naturally long skirt, so that covers it. But the problem with Swallowtail is that, like, her skirt is really short. I think right now there's also like too many not necessarily currencies, but resources? I don't know. I feel like they could definitely go about streamlining some of the resources or currencies too. You might not have paid attention to it, Flamtress, but for younger players that rely on accessing their parents' wallets, that might be a factor, you know? What about co-op? Right now it doesn't seem like the game facilitates co-op, but we'll find out by beta 2. I think beta 2 might have some form of co-op. But I feel like co-op in this game, I don't know how they would fit it in. I could see maybe kind of like a support character. You get like one free ult from a support character from a friend. I don't know. Looking forward. I'll just say like looking forward to beta 2 to see if there are any changes to UI art direction. It is okay as is, but certainly feels too similar. But certainly lacks the Honkai vibe. And I don't mean like, okay, I'm talking about the frills here, right? Like the trim and the frills. Obviously with the UI design, the placement of objects and stuff is like never mind. Like, I kind of get why they went with the current UI art direction, but I also want them to do a little bit more. I want them to push the limits a little bit more. You know, what defines Honkai vibe? I want it to be a little bit more futuristic, a little bit more sci-fi, and they have it sci-fi. This game is very sci-fi, right? We're traveling through the stars on a space train. But they seem to right now have the UI based around the first world that we visit, which is a little bit more like it frostpunkish, future steampunkish. Yeah, sci-fantasy if you want to get into semantics, alright? It's sci-fantasy. Science fantasy, right? Like, Star Wars levels of space wizardry. Sci-fantasy. We're not hard science fiction, but like sci-fantasy. But that's semantics. You know what I'm talking about when I say sci-fi. Missing the geekery. Yeah, I am a little bit too, right? And that's part of the Honkai vibes, right? That's part of the Honkai vibes that I'm talking about. Like, it's cool that we have mechs and stuff, but the mechs, they feel more like Final Fantasy magic mechs and not, or some of the elementals feel like very nebulous. And it doesn't feel very concise. I think Svarog's probably the most cool looking one, of course. Yeah, true. Overall, there's a part of me that feels like the game, despite the cool individual character designs, I feel like some of the aesthetic direction is like, it feels like they haven't decided what they want to do. And maybe what they can do is like every world has its own separate art direction in the way how like G-Game, every continent or city-state has its own visual vibe, right? And that's an option. But I want the UI to feel uniquely Star Rail in a way that stands out from their other titles. And I don't mind so much right now that the character and party screens look the way they do. I get it. There's a mix and a sense of like, okay, well, this is early beta. We can overhaul everything. Yeah. Oh, that goes back to our comments from before. I definitely want this game to have more of that Honkai vibe where like, okay, we can farm for this character. You know? I think even though it's gonna be its own game, right? I want it to have more of that Honkai vibe. I think that might develop later into the story, Vexus. Some of the Aeons that they mention are very much like, oh, is this the will of the Honkai? They give that vibe. So I think as far as the story goes, that's a possibility for the future. I think they've kept it ambiguous on purpose right now. All right. Yeah, but visuals will be tied to the narrative too, right? And that's kind of where I was going with, like, I wanted the UI to feel more like Honkai. But I get it, right? The UI is actually more tied to the space train than anything else. So the space train, I think, is the defining factor of the UI design, which makes sense. Kind of want to we should take some screenshots of the characters, right? I guess right now we'll do some screenshots for art references. I should make a new folder. HSR. A new HSR folder in my pictures. Yeah, that whole shader, like the shader to make things ambiguous in this area, like, just give her another layer of skirt. You know, just give her another skirt layer. They really like this coat aesthetic where you have the sleeves not worn, which is kind of cool. It does feel a little bit repetitive, but, like, it's whatever. And I guess here we'll just take screenshots for art reference. So, this part's gonna get a little tedious. Oh, hey, Pella actually maintains a mostly symmetrical design, which is neat. You don't see that much symmetry from MiHoYo characters in general. Like, if you've been on this stream before, you know how I will always make that point when looking at new outfits in Honkai. And Serval is probably, like, a great example of asymmetry, right? Is that her base pick? On the ground there? It's kind of funny. What's a good free-to-play weapon for FR? Azure Storm is always the go-to free-to-play scythe. But if you have any gacha scythe that isn't her signature weapon, you can always use a gacha scythe for a placeholder. And that'll be fine. Alright, Henri, take it easy. Thanks for being here. She's got burn spots on her coattail. So we'll need to do like a 3/4 screenshot for the back of her outfit as well. And again for this side too, right? back of that outfit is like super interesting how they did it. Thong strap showing is a little bit gratuitous, but I don't think it's that bad in the context of the totality of the character. Yeah, and that is an art direction choice, Vecusus. That was an art direction choice. That's part of the visual style of the game, right? Our queen. I am very curious. Hopefully, we will get a lot of changes between this beta and the final product. But I think it is within their interest to keep it ambiguous how far along in the development cycle, you know, things really are, right? So again, coat sleeve on the outside. Coat sleeve on the outside. Yeah, and I think the proper dash animation is something they've probably already worked on. And it's just they didn't really have it implemented yet. Yeah, I hope they have enough time before the next one. I think I do feel like that beta leak, right? When they accidentally uploaded the whole client onto Bilibili it got data mined. I think that kind of forced their hand a bit. Oops. I wanted to get the screenshot of the back of the dress. Apparently a staff member just uploaded it and then realized what they did in and then took it down 10 minutes later. Wow, that's such a hard shot to try to get an angle of, but we basically know that there's like a red back to the dress. I'm gonna move on. Natasha Ciora. See, right? Like, look at this, right? They add like this kind of like leather legging thing, and then suddenly they don't have to worry about the skirt not covering. I think this is the way they should do it if they want to have the skirt cut short. Is there any character I haven't unlocked yet? I feel like this is all the ones that are available in beta test, right? We should try Clara later and see if Svarog is actually included in combat. If we can make it there in time. One 3/4 angle. Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job selling the concept that she's an apothecary, chemist, scientist. I do think that whole bulb necklace is a little bit too much. And then one more 3/4 angle to round it out, right? Hook is a character I didn't actually get the chance to play around with in beta. Like, we had her as a guest character, and we saw her do some, like, crazy punches. She looks like a mini Milia Rage. It's kind of funny with her hat. I think it's with her hat. What sort of game is this? Gacha RPG? We assume that there's gonna be gacha elements to it later on. But for now, we haven't. It's not available yet in beta 1. But it is RPG. It is turn-based RPG. A classic JRPG, if you will. A CRPG. It's styled after the classic JRPG. So now we're just getting screenshots of the characters before beta ends, so that we, you know, I don't know, maybe I make a blog post and just have them all up for, like, art references. It does have a stamina system. It caps out at 160, but the timer is very similar to Honkai Thirds. And that's why I was saying, like, if it's gonna be like Honkai Thirds, they need to have a resin system, or they need to have an overflow system. Jesus. Sampo looking like a sleepyhead over here. He's so tall, I can't even zoom out all the way. Like, I can't even see the rest of his feet. And his default pose is such that it actually is, like, interesting getting multiple angles. He's so tall, you can't zoom out and see his feet. Why? Yeah, Sampo has them sleepy eyes, right? Like, it's very sly sleepy eyes. gives him that vibe like he's hiding something. He's just sly enough. Trying to hit on Himiko. Yeah, maybe. If he makes it that far. We don't even know if he actually gets on the train. Right? Like, we get access to these characters, but we don't know, story-wise, if they ever board the train. Okay, so I do want to go take Clara out and do a combat test to see if, like, Svarog... I'm 99% sure, right? Svarog is part of her kit. There's probably footage out there already, and I just don't know. Hey, how she doesn't have shoes. Give Clara shoes. That... Yeah, does she have an idle animation here, or do we have to go out to the main open world? Probably. Alright, we'll take a break here shortly after we do the screenshots for Clara. I need to go downstairs and grab a snack, maybe. Bloody Rabbit, they call her. Bloody Rabbit. We got like 2 hours left on beta test. I don't know. I feel like they might hit a new target, like a new audience with this game. But I also don't feel like they'll necessarily catch the same audience as before, right? Like, as a Honkai main player, I don't know that I'd be that motivated to learn the ins and outs of this game. I'll probably just bumble along like I do in G game and just like on an as needed basis. Oh, I'm struggling on this abyss floor. What do I need to build to clear it? Oh, okay. That type of thing. Alright. Generic, not Kevin. I'll be right back. Sticking to what you know until it vanishes one day, and then you stop playing video games. I know a few people that all they enjoy is they don't like video games. They just like the one game, you know? Yeah, generic blonde knight. So there's people out there, like my old guild leader in WoW, right? He doesn't play video games. The only game he plays is World of Warcraft, and so like he just enjoys the social aspect. If he's not playing World of Warcraft, then he's living his life outside of video games. You know? So there are mono gamers out there, you know? They just play the one game. That's all they enjoy. Like, even Day 9, right? Before Day 9 was doing variety gaming content, like, his entire gaming was just Brood War and StarCraft 2. So... anyways, I'll be right back. I'll take a break. Thanks everybody for being here. 3-minute ad should be good, right? 3 minute of ads. I'm gonna go downstairs, refill my mug with something, probably water, and then forage for food. Be right back. People have lives? I don't know. I probably need to go jump my car battery again because I haven't driven my car for a week. It's okay, Paganist. It's okay. Because you still have the rest of the patch to get more crystals. Gepard is also tall enough where you can't see his shoes. I think that's what I might end up doing as well, Paganus. Oh, didn't you say you might pick up the Stigmata just because it's Paganini? Oh, we caught him with his eyes closed. We caught that screenshot while he was blinking. Just see if you can get like a monthly bundle. Like if you do the monthly bundle, that might still be enough to get you a few pieces of Paganini. The costume is really good, for sure. All right, after Gepard, main character. He's got a baseball bat. That's a Kiana tribute. All right, the baseball bat. You'll notice too, right? The black and gold color scheme is a throwback to like Kiana's GGZ colors. Caslana theme, yeah. Very modern shoes. No laces. Kent Taylor, thanks for the follow. Right now we're just taking screenshots in the last couple of hours of beta. So we have artist references. I don't like loose straps. I don't like loose straps, I'll tell you that much. I think loose straps is a hazard. That is a safety hazard. Back in the military, if you had loose straps, we call that looking like a soup sandwich. But look at that. That little pocket watch is super neat. Yeah, super neato pocket watch. Right inside the moon. Oh no. Kiana 2. March 7. Oh no, March 7 has like really weird gloves. Look at these gloves. Looks very specific. Those are for archers, but wouldn't archery gloves also cover the thumb? Are these is this type of archer's gloves very standard for these 3 fingers? Wow, her shoes are very symmetrical too. Yeah, surprisingly, she has a mostly symmetrical design. Depends on what bow. I'm gonna Google that right now on the side. Archer's gloves. Oh. Well, yeah. I see. A lot of archer gloves is just the 3 fingers and not the pinky. I see. Three fingers is compound bow. That makes a lot more sense to me now. She started her idle animation. Yeah, I think March 7's design's pretty neat. Alright, 5 more characters. Asta... She looks like she'd probably also be on the train, right? She has, like, that ID badge. She's, like, one of the train's science team. But, loose, again, right? The loose straps, that kills me. The loose straps just straight up, like, not like this. Oh, she's actually from a space station. That was previously mentioned by Himiko. Yeah, you can tell how invested in the lore I am right now, which is not at all. Because everything is in pre-beta. Or basically, it's so early. I really didn't read through all the lore archives. Danheng. 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 Maybe. Does the Express carrying Trailblazers delivering food as well? They have coffee, Reaper. They definitely have coffee. He's definitely sporting a lot of, like, familiar motifs across both games, right? Both G game and High 3. His earpiece, though, that's interesting. Let me see if I can catch him doing his idle animation one more time. Oh no, I needed it to be like snip in like however many seconds. Okay, well we'll just have to do with this. This is actually quite good for his spear reference. Oh, that was so close. We almost had it. One more time. What's written on his coat? I don't know. I can't read that finely, but it looks like a lot of calligraphy. Oh, this pose. We got him. We got him this time. And then, of course, everybody's favorite scythe lady, right? She's wearing kind of a bodysuit. Bodysuit underneath. It still has that butterfly motif. Her signature butterfly motif. As well as her quantum type icon, right? Her stigmata of the Hersher of Death. I need to catch her with the arm lifted up so that we could see the back of this. I think that's worth grabbing the screenshot for. Hello, Apollo 10, thank you for the follow. Here we go. These idle animations are excellent. I don't know how practical having this type of loose sleeve is, but visually it looks really cool. You know? And the red scarf too. It looks cool visually. Obviously not practical, right? Loose straps again. Dobronya! Yeah, right, like this. This is they do this ambiguous shader nonsense, right? Like no, just add another skirt flap. then you don't have to worry about this. Just add another layer of skirt. I think that's... Gabronia. Oh, we'll wait for that weapon idle animation too. How many of y'all think we're gonna see a lot of Bronya fan art where she's holding the rifle wrong? I feel like that's just gonna be a thing, right? Whenever there's like characters that use firearms, you're always gonna end up with fan art where the artist doesn't have a frame of reference for how you're supposed to hold a rifle. Oh, this pattern on her dress is like super cool. Well, yeah, in her ult, she's using it to point, right? She's using it more as a spear with the bayonet. But her rifle is like a musket anyways. I say musket, it's bolt action for sure, but it's... In modern terms, we look... In modern times, we look at an AR-15, an M16 rifle, we call M16s muskets nowadays too. Those M16s are old as shit. Especially the A2s. All right, Joe. Thanks for being here. All right, Reaper. Thanks for being here. All right, last character on the roster, a familiar face. Whew. Nice. Nice. We got this pose. That is such a welt pose. The kick and the twirl. Oh my goodness. I bet he recreated like the Star of Eden within his cane staff. That is just... Of course he would, right? Of course he would. This is what, the third form? It might be a copy. It might be a copy of the Star of Eden. It might be his, like, personal copy of the Star of Eden. But very believable, right? It's got that red and black. Woo! Alright, so take a look at, Hook and Clara's idle animations. Wow, Hook is even shorter than Clara. Clara and Pella are kind of like the same. Oh. He says, be careful. Shoes! Give Clara some shoes. Give Clara some shoes. We forgot to add that in the feedback. Aww. One more time, one more time. No shoes. See, Hook's got the right idea. She's got like... Oh. Whoa. She's got them jumbo paws. Could you imagine if they were in any of the other MiHoYo games? This is very Neko Charm. This is very Carol, right? I see this swing attack, and I'm just like, I want to see the follow-ups. I want this to be a 5-sequence attack, like a five-sequence basic attack. And that's the awesome part, is like, oh, this would fit. This character would just fit in any of MiHoYo's other games. At least they made her fire. I'm still, like... I'm 70-25 on that pizza cutter. Stream until server will F? I mean, we got like an hour and a half left, right? Is that a pizza cutter? Yeah, it is, Alaza. It is a pizza cutter. I guess we'll just keep playing. We'll play this. They departed from the isolated world of Pagana. Oh, oops.
我无意挑起争端。
Yeah, it's okay.
看来是赶上了。
Oh, see, like, I wanted to switch to her as a character, but...
开始吧。生死虚实，一念之间。洞天幻化，长梦一绝。
交给我吧。
这首
这份力
歌送给你。
量的沉重，越是像星辰粉碎的样子吧。生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
捧场的人还不少。尖叫呢？坏孩子，睡吧。
这就万无一失了。
留下来吧。
发现你了。
我无意挑起争端。
交给我吧。退下吧。
准备好释放自己了吗？
Oh, no. We don't have any... like, maybe Natasha.
准备打睡吧。
争斗并无意义。
开始吧。
生死虚实，一念之洞天幻化，长梦一绝。
Trying to insta the small fry so we can focus damage back on the main guy.
捧场的人还不少，造起来！坏孩子，
我无意挑起争端。
I hate this part, right?
开始吧。
看来是赶上了，一点心意而已，不必在意。
Hey, Mjolnir.
这首歌送给你，跟上我。准备打针了，睡吧。
争斗并无意义。
捧场的人还不少。
I wonder what the par is for this.
准备好释放自己了吗？反抗，摇摆，沉沦。坏孩子，
我无意挑起争端。
Okay, nice. I think we got it. 3 stars. Yeah. One of the things that we did mention in the feedback was like if we could get more combat depth. That would be nice. So floor 11, Serval. I think we basically run the same team. I think it just offers too much, but I think we can actually do this without any healing. Speed of all allies. Energy acquisition. Oh, heck yeah, energy acquisition. Check this out.
燃尽吧，摇滚不止。
Got him.
争斗并无意义。
Well, that's the thing, right? There's certain things that I want to just kind of be baseline and not necessarily tied to character specifics. Obviously, they can do that to sell more units.
仔细的修理。准备好释放自己了吗？反抗，摇摆，
But that's marketing at the expense of gameplay. And I would rather not have that.
为你准备的。
开始吧，退下吧。
燃尽吧，
这就万无一失了。
留下来吧。这份力量的沉重，越是像星辰粉碎的样子吧。生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
我想，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望，也包括我在内。
争斗并无意义。
为你准备的。
开始吧，退下吧。
捧场的人还不少，跟上我。
我无意挑起。
仔细的修
生
理修理。
死虚实，洞天幻化，长梦一绝。
为你准备的。
交给我吧。
这首歌送给你。尖叫
Break.
呢？
逃不掉的。
Nice.
准备好释放自己了，反抗、摇摆、沉沦。
争斗并无意义。
仔细的修理修理。
开始吧。
我想你可能还不……人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
交给我吧。
Yeah, I feel like I would rather have a better baseline combat depth at the expense of, like, you know, marketed characters. We might see some problems on this one, and definitely for floor 13, right? Because our characters aren't leveled up to 40. I think we just play the same team. Yeah, again, like we said on the feedback, is that oh.
燃尽吧。
摇滚不止。
Again, like we said on the feedback, right now it feels it's like above average but middle of the road still.
生死虚实，一念之间，洞天幻化，长梦一绝。
仔细的修理修理。我想你可能还不明，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
Should you keep Lightning Empress's weapon? You should keep it. You should definitely keep it. Eventually, you'll want to have at least one Mag Typhoon just in case. And that's in case you need to run a second team. And actually, Mag Typhoon, you can run it on another sword carrier to apply lightning vulnerability for your HT's targets. You won't see much use as Mag Storm right now, but like at 81, having at least one Mag Typhoon, even if it's only like level 50. It is good to have.
燃尽吧。
留下来吧。
这就万无一失了。
Oh, that's scary. There's two of them.
越是像星辰粉碎
I didn't realize there was two of
生存
them.
还是毁灭，你别无选择。
And we didn't bring a healer.
摇摆、沉沦。
This could be a big F.
争斗并无意义。
Dan might be dead.
我想你可能还人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
开始吧。退下吧。
这首歌送给你，跟上我。
我无意挑起争端。
为你准备的。
交给我吧。
捧场的人还不少，尖叫呢？
逃不掉的。
争斗并无意义。生死虚实，一念之间，洞天幻化，长梦一绝。
仔细的修理修理。
开始吧。退下吧。
这首歌送给你，跟上我。准备好释放自己，反抗、摇摆、沉沦。
Well, if we don't die, we should be able to finish. But if we die,
我无意挑起争端。
people die when they are killed.
为你准备的。
交给我。
我想你可能还不明白，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
开始吧。
捧场的人还不少，尖叫呢？
We're gonna have some characters die. Himiko might just barely survive. Serval down.
争斗并不意义。
仔细的修理修理。
交给我吧，退下吧。开始吧。这份力量的沉重，越是像星辰粉碎的样子吧。生存还是毁灭，你别无选择。
Himiko! Himiko! But I think we still 3-starred it. Yeah. TPK. TPK, but hey, we still... Almost TPK. Oh my god, we're out of here. We need to go heal. Sorry, Himiko, I let you down. Can we buy some more stuff here in this shop? Island XD tweeted a clip where he's like, he would rather retreat than to let Himiko die in battle, which I think is that was so funny when I saw him tweet that. No, I don't have enough. All these character ascension mats, we don't have enough. We can only refine one. That's not an... Oh, we can refine 2. Okay, we can ascend Serval. Amazing. And then we can go back. And then we would have enough characters to do maybe the next one. Serval, definitely a fan favorite at this point. For a lot of players. A lot of future players. A lot of future fans. Seraphim include Seraphim. Oh, welcome. Still on the Bronya Himiko boat? Yeah. You mean the Bronya Himiko train? Well, that's easy. Bronya Himiko Serval, and then maybe you have Natasha in there for heals. Ooh, this would be a Pella. Oh, so Abyss auto recovers. Although I kind of don't want to run Pella. I'll just bring Serval just because I think she's like the stronger one. I'm not really trying to min-max right now, but I want to see how far we can go with just brute forcing, right?
请下达指示。敌方数据收集完毕，胜利的法则已经确定，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了，逃不掉了。
我想，你可能人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望。 也包括我在内。
开始介入支援。
捧场的人还不少，
Oh, there's a wave 2?
准备好释放自己，反抗。
Of course there's a wave 2. There was like 3 of them linked, right?
尖叫呢？
旗下的再来一下。
仔细的修理修理。
走手，准备打针了。
捧场的人还不少，跟上我。
开始介入支援。
There's one more.
这首歌送给你。
我想，你人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
捧场的人还不少，尖叫呢？
旗下达指示，再来一下。
为你准备的。
坏孩子呢？睡吧，逃不掉的。
Himiko's follow-up is nuts. Until the last challenge? Oh no. Yeah, I saw Alesta post the footage of like the black moon abyss. I don't know if I'll get that far tonight. Cause I definitely didn't
燃尽吧。
plan out a lot of stuff. Yeah, exactly.
开始介入支援，胜利的法则已经确定，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
准备好释放自反抗，摇摆。
We'll play until they turn off the lights.
支援。
仔细的修理修理。
这首歌
看来是
送给你。
赶上了。
Oh, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, so one of the things that I did request for was like a cancel button for
造
ultimates.
起来！
坏孩子呢？
Pella's in trouble? Oh, Pella's in big trouble.
为你准备
敌方数据收集完毕，胜利的法则已经确定，接下来就是愉快的反击时间了。
仔细的修理修理。
这首歌送给你。
准备打针了，睡吧，逃不掉的。
我想，你可能还不明，人类从不掩饰掌控星空的义务，也包括我在内。
请下达指示。
为你准备的。
捧场的人还不少，造起来！
坏孩子呢？感谢支援。开始介入支援。
仔细的修理。
Yeah.
这首歌
Seems
送给你
like Bronya is like one of the most busted ones because of her ability to just
准备打针了。
reinforce.
麻烦了。
准备好释放自己了吗？反抗，摇摆。
And then Seele with her follow-ups, right? Her extra action is pretty nuts too.
为你准备
敌方。数据收集完毕，胜利的法则已经确定，接下来就是愉快的反击
I
时间
like
了。
Pella with her defense down as a
我想
debuff.
你可能还人类从不掩饰掌控星空，
Sele's not one of them.
也包括我。
Interesting.
捧场的人还不少，跟上我。
看来是赶上了，一点心意而已，不必在意。
Sele contextual makes sense, right? She's good. She would be good for like certain teams, but not like.
提示，请下达指示。
Yeah, I can.
为你准备的。
这首歌送给你，造起来！
好的，准备打针了。开始介入支援。
Give me that follow up.
仔细的修理修理。
捧 捧场的人还不少。
Oh. Hook deals more damage than Sele. Yeah, Hook was one of the characters that, oh, wow, 9 out of... That's okay. That's still a lot for 9 challenge turns. But are they doing it right now for beta where they just give you full rewards regardless of how many stars you get? That seems very generous. Why nobody play Hook? I just don't have time, Super Pie. I just don't have time. We can level up Hook and give it a try. Let me see here. She uses burst. Alright. Well, I'm glad I kept one of these. Maybe we can find one in the shop that we can get. That's actually her type. Destruction. Before I ascend, let me make sure I can ascend her. I cannot! No! I'm out of resources. We can't buy any more. What's another one where we could act? Oh, let's just try floor 7, right? Floor 7 with Hook. This is probably overkill by a lot, but just to take a look. Their light cones are by type. So characters have an element, but then they also have their path. And the light cones are specific to path.
燃尽吧！仔细的修理修理。
这首歌送给你。
你会为此付出代价，请助我一臂之力。我开来打断。嘿嘿嘿嘿，跟着我，小肉吃。
Wow. Wow. No. Happy Feet. The characters they come with their path built in. So, like, it's as if, you know how in Honkai you have one type for the character, or for the battle suit? Here you have, or in Honkai you have the suit type and the suit element. So in here you have a character's path and then their element, right? It's more like that.
燃尽吧，
拿出魄力来。
Alright, let me turn off the fast forward for the action so we can see Hook's animation.
我们早已踏入风暴，为了守护和捍卫，击溃他们。
可要仔细的修理修理，一个一个来。
这首歌送给你的，跟上我的节奏。
你会为此付出代价。时不再至，请助我一臂之力。虎克来捣蛋，没想到吧
Shoryuken!
报上名来，我来啦！
Shoryuken!
要走喽，跟着我有肉吃！漆黑的虎克来人家的，让开让开让开！棒！
接下来都是为你准备的。人类从不掩饰掌控星空的欲望，当然，也包括我在内。
Cannot pen. Yeah, I think Hook is a lot of fun. I can see myself building her early on. So what's your current sense of the game, Seraphim? Like, because I feel like if I were to play this game, I would stay very low budget, if not free to play. Do you think... Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed to say at this point since staff. But would you wail on this game? I feel like that's a dumb question because you're probably gonna say yes. Is there more than one light cone available per character then? Right now it's more per path, right? Right now in game, light cones are more, you have your 5-star, then you have your 4-star, and then you have your 3-star. But per path, I think it's mostly just one. One per path right now. Right, Seraphim. I feel that way. Right now I think I would probably once I get the Honkai characters and Serval, then I'm probably more or less like balanced in terms of spending. Definitely at least get Himiko and Serval, I think, at least for me. But I am very curious to see how they'll do monetization as far as gacha goes in the next beta. Alright, let me go take another break. I feel like I might be done with HSR for tonight, and then I still gotta run dailies in Genshin and the other games. Oh, I need to double check Honkai one last time. At least check my kitchen. Yeah, Seraphim, I can sort of take a guess as well, and I hope I'm wrong. He said the G game. Yeah, yeah, I definitely hope that this game ends up being more like Honkai than G game. Yeah, Cellophim. I am a little bit concerned. I am a bit concerned. It is CBT1. So hopefully cautiously optimistic, right? Cautiously optimistic. Yeah. It'll be rough. I definitely want to get all the Honkai characters, but it's like if it becomes too cost prohibitive, then it's just gonna suck. Right, exactly. Everything can change at the drop of a coin. All right, break time. I know for sure I will at least try my best to save for Himiko. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm using mouse and keyboard. I think controller... I don't think controller support is implemented yet. Because there was no option to rebind for controller. But I did give the feedback on the first day that if they do implement controller support, I want it to be like Honkai, where you can have seamless transition. Just in case. Darn it, Cellophim. Darn it. Imagine if Fuhua... Yeah, if Fuhua's in the game, Cellophim is gonna C6 R5 instantly. Alright, break time again. I'll be right back. Thanks everyone for being here.